Hey guys, it's Jill. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. So today we are going to be doing a get ready with me, and I'm going to tell you all about the date that was supposed to happen, that didn't happen, and why it didn't happen, and hopefully encourage you women out there who are dating yourselves to know that you don't just have to put up with men's BS. You're worthy of an amazing man who's going to love you and worship you, not worship you, but you know what I mean, like love you and be respectful to you and kind and amazing and all of this kind of stuff. I also want to mention that this video is sponsored by Meebak, so huge thank you to them for sponsoring this video. I will tell you guys all about these two products when we get into this get ready with me. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first I want to talk about these two amazing products right here. This video, like I said earlier, is sponsored by Meebak. So this is the Circa Serum. It's the brightening age repair, and you apply it evening and morning and evening, and it is beauty solution through Cica. It's CICA care, calms and soothes sensitive aging skin, strengthens the skin moisture barrier, boostens. Speaking of hydration, my lips need to be hydrated right now, and I don't know where my little thing is. My little girl took it. Let's see. Strengthens skin barrier, moisture barrier, boosts hydration deep into the skin, improves and brightens skin tone and texture. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pump that into my hand, rub it together. This has it has like a fragrance, but it's not a synthetic fragrance, which is great because I do have sensitive skin. I have been using this and I have not been breaking out, so that is great. So the scent does not bother me at all. Wanted to also mention, each of these products are $33 a piece, and with my coupon code, which is Greeneye, hold on, I like get it and then, okay, it's green 25. So green 25 is going to save you 25% off. And with these, they're literally like, have you guys gone into the drugstore lately to look at their eye creams and their face creams and their serums and all that stuff? Like, some of them can be like 40 something dollars. So $33 minus $8.25 or something, you're paying $24.75 a piece, which is a steal. It truly is. So this one is the Age Repair Moisturizer. Again, you can use morning and evening, improves, brightens skin tone and texture, calms and soothes sensitive aging skin. There's like, I can't remember, I threw the box away, but I will put down below in the description box or maybe up on the screen like the things that it has in, the ingredients it has in there. But really great for your skin. I got it in my hair. Really great for your skin ingredients, and it feels amazing going on. But the thing that I love about these two products is that they truly sink like into your skin. So you're left with great, healthy looking skin, but it's not like, you can't really see it. It soaks in really nicely. So I really love these products, and they are amazing. And like I said, for that price, you really, truly cannot beat it. $24.75 for a serum, like really, seriously, serums are like ridiculously priced in the drugstore these days. Like these days, I feel like only old people say these days. And then the Age Repair Moisturizer, I really love that. And then also I'm going to go in with my IT Cosmetics under eye cream. I got this on sale for $19, which again is a steal. This was like one of my Black Friday purchases, and let's see, I got like 4 of them. I love this stuff, so very, very impressed. And all right, let's talk about the stuff you guys are here for, which is the dating stuff. So I'm gonna do like really simple makeup because it's really hard for me to like actually concentrate on doing like a full beat or whatever. when it is that I'm trying to like talk to you guys. So I'm just gonna do something like super simple. My skin feels amazing and it looks amazing. I'm telling you, this moisturizer is really good, you guys, with this serum. Highly recommend it. Like I said, links down below, and do not forget to use my coupon code. We're gonna talk dating. All right, so I talked to you guys last time about the fact that I had started dating, and I was talking to some girls, right? Well, there was this one guy, and he was like, oh my gosh, he seemed really sweet. He seemed really nice. He was like very just every morning he would text me, good morning, beautiful. And he seemed like a really great dad. He had like 3 kids, he said. I think it was like, our kids were like similar in age and stuff like that, which was really cool. What else about him? He was very attractive. So we set up this date. We were supposed to, so I'm like weird and I don't like to eat in front of people that I like just met. I'll do it in front of girls. I don't mind girls, but men that I'm like trying to date, like no, like you're not gonna see me eat on our first date. And so I'm not the type that wants to go to dinner on a first date. I wanna go to like the park, do something active, do something fun, you know? Cause I feel like if you do something fun, like go bowling or play putt-putt or something like that, you can have fun and then get to know someone, and you're not like, hopefully you're not sitting there in like awkward silence. And I feel like it's easier to not get caught up in an awkward silence trap if you're doing something fun like walking, because you're like maybe seeing people or you're looking at the surroundings and you can have something to talk about. Okay, so anyways, we were planning to meet up at the at this park. And so we were gonna go for a walk, and like this park is like all decorated for Christmas, and it's all like, it was gonna be really romantic, okay, you guys? And I was really looking forward to it. This, by the way, you guys must have. It is the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. Oh, it is so good. You just need a teeny tiny bit of it though, because you do not want to go overboard with this because it's very full coverage. Okay, so what was it? He was just like super attentive and like, good morning, beautiful. And like all throughout the day, we were like talking. We would like talk on the phone. We would text, all this kind of stuff. And then I noticed Thursday, which was the day before our date, that he was kind of like a little distant, you know? He like still texted me good morning, but other than that, he really didn't say much. And I was just like, okay. I thought it was kind of weird, but I was like, maybe he's having a bad day. Like, I think I asked him how he was or something, and he didn't get back with me that night, like Thursday night. And then like, I think he texted me like Friday afternoon or something. It did not mention anything about, I'm excited to meet you, I can't wait for tonight. Like none of that. He mentioned none of that. So I was just like, this is just kind of weird. And when he didn't mention anything, and then he went like the rest of the day without saying anything to me, and then he also like didn't mention anything about the date, and I was just kind of like, I'm kind of like, okay, I get that I get the fact that I could have been like, hey dude, like what's up with the date? Are we still on for tonight? I know I could have said that. Oh, I look really crazy right now. I know I could have said that. But I'm kind of like in this mode where I want the man to be the one to, if you want to date me, you need to prove to me, I feel like I'm talking so loud, you need to prove to me that you really want to date me. Like, we're not just going to be doing this thing because we had already talked about what we were looking for. And while I'm not looking for anything serious, if something serious happens, I'm not opposed to it. And we got to the point where we were talking and he was all like, oh, well, like there was this girl who asked for my number or something and I told her no. And I was like, or I told her I was talking to someone. And I was like, oh, you must have just told her that because you weren't attracted to her or something like that. And he was like, no, like I really am only talking to you. Like I don't do that whole like talking to numerous people and this and that. Like I'm a one-woman man, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, okay, like this is like unheard of, but okay, cool. So I stopped talking to the other people that I was talking to. Like, I literally just went ghost. I didn't even say anything else to these guys. I just like stopped talking to them. Which I'm kind of pissed about, because now, like, what do I say? Like, I kind of missed out on that opportunity, which I'm just looking at it as like, none of this was meant for me. But, yeah, so anyways, he never mentioned anything, and Friday night goes by, he never texts, he never calls, nothing, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then Saturday, I'm just like, no, this is not okay. So I'm like, hey, what is up? And then I can't, like, I wish I could show you guys our text messages, but I like blocked and deleted him, and I like deleted all the messages. But I was like, what's up? Because last I heard, we were supposed to have a date last night, and you like didn't say anything, and blah 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 blah. And he was like, oh, well, when I asked you something, you said this. And I was like, well, you never once mentioned anything. Like, you were acting really weird on Thursday, and then yesterday you were acting really weird. So I just told him, I was like, look, I don't have time for games. Enough with the BS. Like, if you want to date me, if you want to meet me, like, let's do this. If not, like, I don't want just a person just to text. Like, I have plenty of people that I can just randomly text throughout the day. I don't need anyone else. So he's like very apologetic. And, you know, I was kind of turned off by something else too, because he said something about the fact that he was 33 and he had been in like 10 fights in his life. And I was like, And if you guys know my past, my ex-husband was and is abusive. So that kind of was like a red flag for me. And I was kind of like just asking him like a bunch of questions like, well, I don't know. And then I even told him, I said, well, that kind of freaks me out a little bit because, you know, like the fact that it kind of seems like you have anger issues, and I don't know if I'm like cool with that. And he, you know, kind of like, one of the fights was like something involving his daughter. So I get that one. But then I'm like, he also said like the other 9 were like of him in high school. And I was like, you know, like, oh, well, we were all kids once. And I remember being young, and I'm like, yeah, but I didn't just go around beating everyone up. You know what I'm saying? So that was like a big turnoff. And so I kind of like, on purpose, was like kind of like extra bitchy when I was like saying this to him about like, you know, I don't have time for BS. Like I said, like the real thing. And I was like, I don't have time for it, like this and that. And I was like extra bitchy on purpose because I wanted to see how he was going to act. Was he going to come back at me and be like, you stupid bee, blah, 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 you know, like what was he going to do? And he came back like super respectful and was like, oh my gosh, I apologize so much, this and that. Like, I don't even remember what he said. It was just like, it was just a communication mishap, and I thought that you were busy or something. And I was like, dude, like we made plans. And I was like, I mean, I get it. It was communication on my part. I should have said, you know, are we still on for tonight? But the fact that you weren't being like forward, like I kind of needed you and wanted you to be, I was just kind of like, well, I guess we're not doing this. So I kind of just was like, whatever. So anyways, he asked me very nicely to give him another chance. So I'm like, okay, he asked, I was like, and I literally said, since you asked so nicely, okay, I will. I said, but don't do this crap again, because if you do, like, I'm done. Like, I don't have time to sit here and play games with someone and beat around the bush. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's dumb. It's stupid. Plus, you've already friggin' told me that you only talk to one woman at a time. So you made me feel guilty. So now I'm not talking to other guys that I was talking to. So, yeah, like, anyways, everything goes as is great, you know? We're back to talking on the phone. It was like Christmas, and he's like, you know, Merry Christmas. And I talked to him on Christmas Eve, and he was like, you know, my parents know about you. This is kind of weird. My daughter saw your picture and was like, who is that? And she said that you're really pretty. And, you know, my parents have been asking why I have such a huge smile on my face. And I told them, they were like, oh, it must be like you have a girlfriend or something. And he was like telling me how he told them that no, he didn't have a girlfriend, but he was talking to someone. Like, I was like, okay, like he's like legit like looking for something, you know? So the week goes by as it did the week before. We were talking every day. We were texting all throughout the day, talking about like kind of like getting to know one another, talking about our likes, our dislikes, you know, what you do when you're in the process of like getting to know someone. So the same crap happens on Thursday where he kind of gets a little distant again. The same exact crap that happened the week before. And what we were supposed to do, because he said, let's go out. We can either do the park Friday night or we can do breakfast Saturday morning. And I told him, I said, well, let's do both. Like, let's go ahead and we'll meet on Friday night and we can like walk the park, get hot chocolate, all that stuff, and it'll be fun. And then on Saturday morning, we can like meet up again and have breakfast. So we were supposed to have like 2 dates. And y'all, I was really looking forward to it. I was planning that I was gonna do like a get ready with me on my first date. Like this was gonna be my first date out in like 15 years. So I was really, really, really excited. And Thursday comes and it's the same. Friday morning, I talked to him and he's like, you know, just again, really kind of weird. And so I'm like, hey, are we still on for tonight? Yeah, everything still is planned, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay. He said something about going shopping. So I was like, okay, cool. I texted him about 5 and asked him how his shopping trip went with his kids. And he proceeds to tell me that his daughter, a couple of hours prior to this, was complaining about her stomach hurting really bad and that he had to take her to the ER, and now she has to have emergency surgery to have her appendix taken out. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And y'all, I don't want to sound like bitch here, but I didn't believe him. Like, I truly, honestly did not believe him. And I sat there thinking, what kind of douchebag is going to sit there and use that as an excuse as to not take someone out on a date? Like, I was just like, I don't know. Lord, forgive me if I'm wrong, and I pray that I am wrong. But here's my issue. There was something in me that told me that that just wasn't what happened. But even if it was, here is my issue. My issue is, if we had this date set up, and I get, like, I have children myself, so I know, obviously, your kids are going to come first, regardless. There's no question about that. But I'm texting you at 5. Apparently, if this happened at 3, you kind of know something's up. You could have quickly sent me a text somehow in between those 2-3 hours that this was going on, letting me know, hey, I have to cancel tonight. I apologize. There's something wrong with my daughter. She's not feeling well. I promise I'll make it up to you. We'll go out, like, you know, I'll go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and cancel tomorrow, or, you know, be on standby for tomorrow's date or tomorrow morning's date or something. I needed him to tell me something, because I'm telling you, if there's communication, lack of communication, and we're just getting to know each other, what does that mean when we're actually in a relationship? So I'm like, oh, hell no. I didn't even say anything to him. I kind of gave him until, I think it was Sunday afternoon, to kind of like explain a little bit more or say something. I apologize that I couldn't meet up with you. I'm super bummed. Something, like a reschedule. There was nothing, y'all. Literally nothing. Nothing was said. I was like super short with him, and was like, you know, like, he, you know, I think on Saturday, like, I really didn't say much to him, and I was just like, hey, how's your daughter doing? And he's like, oh, she's good, the surgery went fine. Because like Friday night at like 11 or something, I texted him, how's your daughter, this and that. He never responded. So I was like, oh, maybe she's in surgery now or something. I don't know. He finally texted me like sometime Saturday morning and was texting me about his daughter. And I said, well, how is she doing now? This and that. And he's like, oh, she's doing better, blah, 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 blah. Again, nothing about, I apologize for having to cancel, like, let's reschedule, nothing. And I don't know if it's because he was freaked out about his daughter. I don't know. But something just didn't feel right with me. So on Sunday, I blocked and deleted, especially when he told me she was doing great. Like Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning, she was doing great according to him. Like she was like, you know, according to him, like he said something like she's milking this or whatever, like, you know, like I'm having to be her son. I can't remember what he said. Like, you know, like she's enjoying the fact that she's like being taken care of and like, you know, being waited on hand and foot basically. And so I don't know. I just literally, I didn't say anything to him. I literally just blocked him, deleted him. He then reached out to me on another phone number on New Year's Day and was like, Happy New Year. And I was like, who the hell is this? And I didn't say anything to whoever it was that texted me. I was just like, oh, it must be like the wrong number or whatever. So I didn't say anything. And then like a couple of hours later, he said, hey, it's so-and-so. And I was just like, oh. So I blocked and deleted that number too. And I'm just like, I don't know, like that was shady AF. I need you guys to go down into the comments. Let me know, what are your thoughts? I'm gonna tell you what, with everything that I've been through, I'm gonna be like super picky, y'all. If I start dating someone, it's gonna be like probably like a miracle. I don't know, because what was all of that for? What do you guys think of like what I did? Do you think I was in the wrong? Do you think I should have like been more compassionate? Do you think I was like do you think I was kind of bitchy for like not believing him? Like what are your thoughts about the whole thing? I mean, obviously it all boils down to me and like I'm not gonna put up with this BS. But I do want to say I did reach out to a couple of friends because sometimes I feel like I'm not the best judgment. I'm a little too hard on myself is what it is. That's what it is, because I sat there and I told myself, I was like, Jill, you yourself know what you're willing to put up with and what you're not willing to put up with. So why do you even need to go around asking friends if that's shady or not? If it's shady to you, then it doesn't matter what they think. But of course, I went and I told them the story anyways. And yeah, the friends that I told, they were all like, yeah, girl, that's shady AF. And I would not contact him. And you were right in blocking him and deleting him and blah, blah, blah. So I'd like to know, you guys weigh in and let me know your thoughts. Apparently I'm supposed to have I have a date coming up next Saturday. Whether it happens, I'm not holding my breath for anything, I'm not gonna lie. My skin looks freaking amazing. I'm telling you guys, that serum, doesn't it, right? I look so glowy and so bronzy and pretty. I don't know. I will say that this experience has made me really happy because it lets me know that I'm not this desperate woman, just so desperate to find someone to be with that I'm just willing to put up with something. Because I'm gonna be honest, I thought for a minute there I didn't want to date because I thought that's how it was gonna be. I thought I was gonna go into the dating world and just put up with whatever because, you know, I felt like I wasn't worthy of anything more. And the more that I get to know myself, the more that I know, no matter what I weigh, no matter what I look like, no matter how much my hair is thinning or how many wrinkles start to form on my face, or whatever. Like, there is a man that's perfect for me out there, whether he is bald and, you know, losing his hair too, or whether he's fine and beautiful and the most gorgeous man alive. I don't know. Or he could be like, I don't know. I just know that there's someone out there for me, and I'm really proud of myself to know that I'm not willing to put up with anything. So if we're just gonna spend the whole year of 2020 just dating different men and like having these douchebag dating stories to film, then that's how we're gonna spend 2020. But if we have some good stories, then, you know, maybe a couple of like, maybe a serious relationship, maybe he'll be the one. You never know. I don't know, but hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed. So if this date coming up on Saturday happens, then I will do another Get Ready With Me, and we'll sit and we'll chat, and I'll tell you. He, honestly, I don't know, because we literally really haven't. Did he message me last night? Maybe he did message me last night and I didn't get back with him. I can't remember, but I'm like, we really haven't talked much. Oh, he did, so I didn't. Yeah, okay, so I guess that's on me. But we really haven't talked much. I know nothing about him. He really knows nothing about me, so I'm kind of like, I don't know, we're gonna kind of have to like get into like a little bit of a deeper conversation before I meet you. That's something else about me too. I have to know like a little, like I have to know a good bit about you before I'm comfortable meeting you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't just want to like, some dudes are so weird. Like, oh, there was this other guy too that I was talking to, and he was all like, hey, come over. And I'm like, I'm not that kind of girl, but yeah, thanks anyways. And he said something like, you know, I said something like, I'm not looking for a hookup. He's like, oh, I'm not either. I just meant for you to like come over, come see me. That's what he said. Come over and come hang out. And I'm like, or I think he said sometime. Like, I meant for you to sometime come over and see me. And I'm like, well, if that's the way it is, then you should have put it this way. And he never messaged me back. And I was like, I'm not stupid. Like, come on. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you do want to see more dating updates. Whenever it is I do go on my actual first date, there will be a first date Get Ready With Me, so maybe look for that soon, maybe not. Only time will tell. I love you guys. I hope that you have an amazing day. Do not forget to take advantage of these two. They are amazing. I love them so much. Again, huge thank you to Meebak for sponsoring this video. Links to both of these will be down below, along with my coupon code. Green25 is going to get you 25% off of these. So love you guys. I hope that you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one.